Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today I am making some conversation hearts. Now if you're not familiar with this, it's a little tiny heart-shaped candy with words written across them, typically sold at Valentine's Day, and I thought it would be a fun thing to build. Now obviously I'm not going to make the tiny little itty-bitty ones. I'm going to make some that are about that big or so. And I wanted to use a bunch of different materials. Now you see me in a lot of my videos using foam or using wood or using clay, and I wanted to just showcase that you don't always have to use the materials that I use. Now the tone of this video is definitely going to be a little bit different. I decided that I was going to go a little bit more commentary of the topic versus what I'm building. So hopefully what I'm building makes sense in the video, but hopefully more so than that is the conversation that we're about to have. So without further ado, today we are building some oversized conversation hearts out of a bunch of different kinds of stuff. Let's get to building. I know we recently had a holiday that on the surface is supposed to be dedicated to love. Valentine's Day as a young man was always stressful for me, trying to show the people I love how I feel about them. Not because I didn't feel like they knew, but the added pressure of finding just the right thing to express that feeling. As a man, I'm raised to be tough and suck it up. I often struggle with my emotions. The one that has never evaded me though is love. I believe my actions shouldn't be measured by what a commercialized holiday expects. I try to show the people I hold dear how much they mean to me every single day through my words, my actions, and quiet ways I show up when no one else is. I like giving my loved ones gifts because it's a Tuesday and I was thinking of them, not because a chubby baby in a diaper shooting an arrow around told me to. So this video will be less about the process you see in front of you and more about what love means to me. When people first meet me, they often see an exterior that doesn't match who I really am. My smile and laughter are genuine, so often I'm seen as a grumpy guy because I only use it when I mean it. The fact that I'm 6'3", 240 pounds, a graying 40-plus-year-old man brings on its own stereotypes as well. One of the first questions people ask when they start to get to know you is, what's your favorite type of music? While I enjoy a wide variety of genres, my favorite type of music has always been love songs. The sappier the better. Recently, I've been vibing on Teddy Swims and Sam Tompkins on repeat when I'm editing videos. Over 100 million songs talk about love. It's estimated that about 60% of all music can be categorized as love songs, spanning genres and decades. That says something about us. Love crosses every boundary, culture, language, and time. It fills our movies, books, poetry, art, sayings, proverbs, and everything in between. One essential part of being a human is trying to find our people, the place we belong, the ones who bring us comfort and safety in a world that feels chaotic and unforgiving. And when you find love in a sea of billions, you hold on to everything that you have because you know how rare it truly is to find people who truly get you. I was incredibly lucky to find my wife when I was 13 years old. This June will mark our 30th year together. 30 years of growing up side by side. 30 years of laughter, mistakes, forgiveness, lessons, and grace. I'm not an expert, but after 3 decades of loving the same person, I've learned a few things I'd like to share. Most love begins with some kind of attraction. Physical, spiritual, mental, or emotional. I'll try not to lean too heavy on cliches, but some of them definitely ring true. When I fell in love, I couldn't breathe. The sight of her literally took my breath away. Words have never been a struggle for me, yet every time I opened my mouth around her, I tried desperately not to sound like an absolute idiot. One look from her could send my mind swirling and melt me like a snow cone in Texas summer heat. When we were together, time seemed to sprint. The moment she left, it slowed to a soul-crushing crawl. I would count the minutes and hours until I saw her again. No matter how much time we spent together, it was never enough. When you love someone, your mind tries to bottle up the fleeting moments, replaying them over and over when distance grows. Time can feel like a villain. It rushes through the days you want to freeze, and before you know it, decades have passed. Those happy moments are where I find myself living in my mind when we are apart. And somehow somehow, even now, after all these years, I still catch myself looking at her the same way I did when I was 13. Love is hard to define, but you feel it in your bones. We all carry preconceived ideas about what it should look like, whether it's based on your favorites, sayings, songs, or movies. We all have this list of things that we are looking for. Maybe your list is specific down to the traits and qualities you find appealing. I am here to tell you that the people you fall in love with can often not be what you thought you were looking for. They can be exactly like you, sharing all your likes, quirks, and interests, or they can be the complete opposite of everything that you are. Sometimes you might not even be looking for that person and they just appear. Or you have a moment where you see someone in a different light that you have known for a while and realize they have been right next to you the whole time. But love is more than a fairy tale idea. Loving someone takes a leap of faith. It means handing them the sharp edges of who you are, your fears, your insecurities, your failures, and trusting that they won't use those against you. It's taking the good with the bad. It's believing that even when life doesn't make sense, you'll still have each other tomorrow. It's going through seasons where everything feels heavy, when it would be easier to walk away, and choosing every single time to stay. Not out of obligation, but out of devotion. It's standing shoulder to shoulder in a storm and refusing to let go. It's seeing someone break and gently reminding them who they are. It's sacrificing your pride to protect their heart. It's giving up the things that you want so that the other person can be happy. It's whispering, "I got you," and meaning it with every ounce of your soul. People often think that once you fall in love, the reason you fell will always be the reason you stay. But the truth is, we're constantly changing. I'm not the same person I was last year or the year before. Neither is she. We have both evolved, stumbled, grown wiser, grown softer. Love is choosing to fall in love again and again as that person changes. It's learning the new version of them and loving them even more. It's tracing the lines time leaves behind and loving those too. There have been times when I have completely fallen apart. Times when I doubted myself, when life felt overwhelming, when I didn't have the strength to hold it all together. She was there, steady, patient, unshaking, helping me gather the pieces. It's a good thing that she's good at puzzles. The hard seasons in our life we've walked through may not sound romantic, but they shape us, they deepen us, they forge our love into something that isn't just beautiful, it's unbreakable. Communication is the backbone of it all, plus honesty and respect and vulnerability. Sharing your innermost thoughts is one of the most exposed positions you can be in. With a mind that rarely powers down, I am constantly in awe of the patience and gentleness that my wife shows me. She listens not just to respond, but to understand. She doesn't immediately try and swoop in and solve all my problems, but instead listens without judgment. That kind of love changes you. With that kind of love, you can accomplish anything. That type of love does not subtract or divide from the equation. It adds and multiplies to the foundation that you have built. One of the greatest gifts of loving someone is realizing that the words aren't always necessary. Sometimes it's just a glance across the room, a quiet smile, catching yourself staring at them like you're trying to memorize their face all over again. Those sneaky peeks feel even sweeter when they catch you and smile back, because it's that unspoken moment you both know after everything, you still choose each other. It's being miles apart from someone and thinking of each other at the exact same time. I don't know how many times I've gone to call or text somebody that I love, and they're in the process of doing the same thing at the exact same time. And those times where you are so in sync with the other person that you say what is running through your mind before they can even get it out. Those connections are rare in this world, and small glimpses into someone who is in the moment with you. Being in love feels like stepping into a poem that writes itself around you. At first, it butterflies, soft, electric, impossible to ignore. It's the quickened heartbeat when their name lights up your phone. It's laughter that lingers and silence that feels full instead of empty. The world seems brighter, like someone quietly adjusted the light just for you. But love that lasts becomes something deeper. Its comfort is intertwined into ordinary moments. Meals shared in an easy quiet, hands reaching for each other without thinking, inside jokes that become your own secret language. It's knowing the sound of their footsteps. It's recognizing their sigh from across the room. The butterflies don't disappear, they settle into a steady warmth in your chest. A quiet certainty that they are home with you. A chosen closeness that no one outside of that bubble could understand why those moments are so precious. Being in love isn't just the rush of something new, it's the daily renewal. It's waking up and choosing each other even on the days when you're tired, frustrated, or stretched thin. It's growing side by side, sometimes stumbling, sometimes soaring, but always coming back to the same embrace. It's looking at the person next to you for years and realizing you would still pick them out of crowds of billions. Love is both the spark and the steady flame. It is joy that wraps around you, safety in human form, being fully seen, flaws, fears, scars, and all, and not just accepted, but cherished. And if I've learned anything in 3 decades, it's this. Real love isn't loud, it isn't performative, it builds in the quiet moments, the hard conversations, the gentle touches, the choices to stay. It is, without question, the greatest gift of my life, and I know that everybody deserves it in their lives. I also wanted to include what my wife thinks, so I asked her to write down her thoughts on the matter, and this is what she wrote. We scroll through social media and binge our favorite shows, and it's easy to think love should arrive with fireworks. We see couples who seem to start with a spark, all chemistry, and all spectacle. But lifelong love is rarely lightning at first touch. It isn't a curated Instagram post, it's choosing your person and standing beside them as life throws obstacles in your path. It's taking their hand and refusing to let go until your last breath. The kind of love that lasts decades is grown, not found. It roots and cultivates in the smallest, quietest moments. Silly inside jokes that no one else understands, a kiss while making dinner, remembering their order at their favorite fast food, or doing the chore they hate without being asked. Those roots deepen when life gets heavy. They thicken beside hospital beds, in seasons of loss, and hard conversations. They grow when you argue without trying to wound, forgive without keeping score, and admit when you're wrong. When you cheer the loudest for their dreams, even the ones that scare you. When you become the safe place they land after the world has worn them down. But even deep roots have to bend to survive a storm. It's learning better ways to speak, to listen, to understand. It's staying when fear says leave. It's sitting beside them in their darkest moments when grief feels suffocating. It's holding a light steady when depression dims their world. And sometimes it means releasing who they used to be so you can fully embrace who they are becoming. Lasting love isn't rigid. It's resilient. It adjusts to time, change, and sleepless nights. It holds grief and growth at the same time. It's two imperfect people choosing again and again to do better. It's weathering the years side by side, wrinkles deepening, hair silvering, stories multiplying, still holding the same hand, still choosing to grow older together. As I make these conversation hearts out of a bunch of different materials, I had a lot of time to really think about the people that I've chose to love. The people that we let into our lives and choose to love are irreplaceable. They are the reason that we get up in the morning and the ones we think about when we fall asleep. They give our life meaning and fulfillment. They become the milestones in our memories, the voice in our quiet moments, the hands we reach out for, and the ones we want to be beside for the rest of our lives. Success fades, possessions lose their shine, and time keeps moving whether we are ready or not. But love is what makes any of it matter. The ones we choose are the ones who shape us, steady us, and remind us who we are when the world feels loud and uncertain. Loving them isn't just something we do, it becomes part of who we are. And when all is said and done, it won't be the accomplishments or the applause that defines our lives. It'll be the way we showed up for our people, the way we held them close, and the way we chose them over and over again. We could all use a little more love in this world. If you enjoyed this, please share this video with someone and tell them you were thinking about them. And we are finished. Here is the end result. Overall, I think they turned out pretty cool. Definitely a variety of materials and a variety of finishes. Not what I intended to do as far as the material uses. It just kind of went with the flow. And I think it turned out to be some pretty cool variations to the same structure. So maybe you will try and make some of these yourselves and impress your friends with your ability to put your heart on your sleeve and let the person that you know that you would not live without know that you care about them. Yeah. Maybe you'll get some.
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, much props. Time to give them to my Valentine. Don't be silly and think I didn't give her a gift on Valentine's Day. I'm not that dumb. Peace out. If you enjoy what I do here on YouTube and you want to see more builds like this one, please consider joining these awesome people listed here with me over on my Patreon to build a bigger, better, more creative community together.